and I want to give you 3 quick steps that you can follow if you're not feeling at your best right now. So if you're struggling to cope with this isolation, with the work from home, some of us are actually working and unable to stay home with our families, which may also be causing us to feel the emotional crunch. I want to give you these 3 steps. The first one is check in with yourself. The second one is check in with others. And last, be intentional. So I want to go into what I mean by each of these 3 steps. So with the first step, check in with yourself. That means take a beat, take a pause, and check to see how you're feeling and what you're doing to cope with those feelings. Sometimes we're so attuned to or reactive or are in a pattern of feeling what we feel and just kind of brushing it off, ignoring it, plowing through. And what I find that when I do that, I burn myself out. And ultimately, I finally stop when I feel really, really bad. So before you get to that point, for many of us here in New Jersey, it's been 3 weeks since we began this shelter in place procedure. And for my friends and my clients, it's really getting to them. In addition to the emotional toll of having to deal with potentially family and loved ones that may not be well. So this is all part of it. And so it's so important that you be compassionate with yourself, that you realize that we're all doing the best that we can with the resources that we have, and to reach out to others. So that takes us to step number 2, which is check in with others. So the same way that you may not be feeling at your best right now, your loved ones, family members, friends, your teammates may also be experiencing difficulties and having trouble coping with this new normal, as we are calling it. So be patient with them, love them, listen without judgment. Sometimes people just want to be heard. They don't want to get advice. They don't want to be told what to do. They simply want to express what's in their minds, and be compassionate with them. Let them be where they are. Let them know you're there to help them feel safe and supported. And finally, connect with people outside of your family, people that aren't just in your nucleus. That could be your teammates, your manager. I mean, think about managers, right? They're always supposed to be in charge of everybody. Who's checking in on them? So if you are somebody who is close to your manager, or use this opportunity to build a closer relationship, professional relationship with your manager, but check in with other people and keep in mind the next step, which is as you listen to them and as you're compassionate with them and you are giving them support, make sure that you don't get sucked in by their panic or negativity. So it's important that you don't replicate or mirror what they are doing if you notice that what they're doing is not going to serve you. And finally, step 3 is be intentional. That means we're going to look to direct every single day, be very clear about what are the beliefs I have about today and what is happening. What thoughts am I focusing on? What words am I using when I communicate with my family, with my friends, with my coworkers? And what actions am I taking? And focus on what's really important to you and doing activities and actions that are related to what's important to you and what you can control. And the reason why I say this is because in a time like this, when it's a pandemic, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We only know the facts today, and those facts will change tomorrow. If we are not intentional about our beliefs, our thoughts, our words, and our actions, what's important to us, we can quickly spiral out of control, especially if we're watching the news, especially if there's stuff happening that we normally don't deal with. That's the importance of focusing on what can I control, what's important. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to take action that's aligned with what's important to me. Every morning, wake up and set your intention for what you want to accomplish and how you want to feel. People may not realize, you may not realize how the power of intention can change your life. How you feel every single day is driven by how you're showing up. And that means how you choose to show up every day. For example, this morning I woke up and I said I was going to attend my 6:30 a.m. training on Facebook with my gym team and my coach. And that's exactly what I did. I laid out my clothes before the night, before I went to bed last night. I woke up this morning, I set my alarm, I woke up, I meditated for 20 minutes, and I jumped out of bed and I put on my clothes to go work out downstairs in my living room. That was my intention, and that's what I did. Today, I am dedicated to coaching my clients in a few minutes. Actually, I will be coaching my Fearless Leadership Mastermind group at 12, from 12 to 1. And we're going to show up and we're going to support each other through whatever it is that we're going through, in addition to developing our leadership competencies and growing together. That was my intention for the day. So don't waste your precious time projecting into the future, next week, next month, next year, what is going to happen based on today's facts. Because today the facts are A, B, and C, and tomorrow they'll be B, C, and D. So for us to take our precious time today and divert our thoughts into what's going to happen if things stay the same way that they are, you're going to find that this is an exercise in futility, because tomorrow the facts will be different, and the next week the facts will be different, and so on and so forth. So finally, how am I choosing to spend my quality time, my precious time and resources? For one, I mentioned to you, I am going to stay healthy. This is what's important to me and what I can control. The top picture was my breakfast from today. The bottom picture was my dinner from last night. And the left picture was my coach as she was getting ready to warm us up to do our training. So boosting my immunity during this time is really important to me. Feeling energized, waking up, feeling like I can do what I want to do today is really important. Developing a growth mindset is always important to me, which means looking at how can I grow from this experience? What can I learn? What's in this for me in terms of my growth and my self-development? I can control what I do to develop myself as a leader, as a coach, as a mother, as somebody who is a motivational speaker, as an author. I'm constantly looking for ways that I can self-develop. And my mind, body, spirit connection is very important too. So that's why I meditate twice a day. That's why I take time to check in, and I'm inviting you in step 1 and step 2 to check in with yourself, and step 2 to check in with others. And finally, my yoga, which is also part of the movement that I do on Thursday mornings. And I'm doing a yoga Zoom class with Eileen Richardson on my online. So that's what I'm doing. And what about you? What else is important to me that I can control is my coaching. I love to coach and I love to train. So I've been focused on what can I do around developing more of my virtual offerings, because I do both virtual coaching, I do live training, I do virtual training, and reaching out to my partners, my all over the industry, actually. My partners that I've worked with in the past, reaching out to them to come up with ideas as to how we can create programs for the workforce that's working from home, to keep them motivated and engaged and inspired to do the work that they have to do, while dealing with potentially teaching their children during the day and things like that. So those are the things that are important to me and that I can control. And as it relates to your self-development, I'm inviting you to look at the Fearless Leadership Mastermind. This will be a perfect time for you, to look at what can you do while you are having extra time at home. Now you have an extra hour in the morning, an extra hour in the afternoon, whatever the case may be. What can you do to self-develop? That's something that's important to you and that you can control. So this is something that speaks to you. Check out the page, listen to my video, and let's do something productive. Let's take action that's going to propel us forward as we go through this. And more than anything else, I wish for you to know that I'm here to support you. Reach out to me. I am at info@executivebound.com. That's my email. And if you want to take advantage of learning during this time, when you visit the fearlessleadershipmastermind.com, I am often offering you and gifting you a 10% off discount code with 10 off tuition. So I hope this video helps. Please leave me a comment. Let me know if these videos are helpful to you.